Hey, want to know the secret to using the power of the internet to generate sales without ever having to pick up the phone to talk to folks? Well, shame on you, but I'm still going to teach you how to do that. All that and more in this morning's marketing tip. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, Greg Gomes III, founder, CEO, FastStartMarketer.com. Before I go into exactly how you can generate leads online, how would you like a 72-hour time frame with me to walk you through exactly what I do to generate leads online, use power of the internet to actually pre-position, posture, and get people excited about my offer, about your offer, before you ever pick up the phone to talk to them, and most importantly, how'd you like to be able to do all of that and then be able to pick up the phone with confidence, talk to them, and get them enrolled into your business. We are still enrolling folks into the Fast Start Summit that's happening September 2nd through 4th. You can get details here at faststartsummit.com. Now to the video at hand. Seating is limited, so definitely grab your seats immediately. Pause this video, grab your tickets, and then you can resume. One of the things I've learned, and I don't know if I've ever told you this story. If I haven't, I'm going to tell it to you now. I was a very accomplished telemarketer. I actually wound up building a massive organization. And in fact, I was a failed network marketer, learned how to do sales over the telephone, and then I wound up actually struggling to build a lot of duplication in my business. And what ultimately wound up happening was I learned this little secret. I learned that if I led with my products and services, one of the core philosophies that I lead with and what separates what we teach at Fast Start Marketer versus every other sales and network marketing trainer out there, that has made a massive difference. It stabilizes your residuals. It makes a massive impact in your in who you should target and helping you identify who's going to best use your products, and so that you can go out and get a massive result from what it is you're providing. That being said, when I did that, it changed my complete world. But I haven't told many people how I struggled even after that. You see, in 6 months, I built a team that added over 247 people every week in my organization. But I wound up still struggling after that, because for a better part of 2 years, it was a very me-heavy process, very motivating. I had to go out there and motivate my team members. I had to be involved with the sales processes. I was on stage. I was doing a lot of that stuff that was necessary for getting people excited, fired up, trained, and keeping them on task and butt-kicking to keep them involved in the processes. It worked. It worked very well. But at the end of that 2-year time frame, when I left that organization for undisclosed reasons, I'll tell you at another time, I was exhausted. I was exhausted because of how much work it took to do that. I knew I was missing something, and when I left this organization, I walked away from about between $30,000 to $60,000 that month, just cold because of a non-compete I had. And I said to myself, okay, universe, I'm missing something. God, higher power, whatever you want to call it. I'm missing something in my business. This was too challenging. What do I need to do in order to take this next venture I do to the next level? So I decided I'm just going to go get on the phones for a bit. I'm just going to work the phones and go back to sales for a little bit and kind of recenter myself. Here's the key. I decided I'm not going to prejudge any job opportunity or opportunity to work with someplace that could help me learn what I needed to do. Key little bonus point. If your ego's in the way of what you feel you deserve, your opportunities to learn are going to pass you by that could actually make all the difference in the world, case in point. So I wound up answering this ad for this guy that says, yeah, this guy's a rock star to carpet cleaners. And I thought, what the heck does that mean? So I answered the ad, not prejudging, went in, and I learned what this individual was. He was a rock star to carpet cleaners because he taught carpet cleaners and other service professionals how to be excellent marketers and better attractors of clients, higher quality clients, and not have to do as much work on the truck. His name was Joe Polish. Hi, Joe, if you're watching this. And what was fascinating is I answered this ad, and I looked at what they were doing, and I saw that this person, this individual, what he did after I quickly understood it was they literally did what I did on the phone, they did in print. And that's when it hit me. I said, I'm missing it. See, he used a concert pitch, he knew how to sell, did an extremely good job at selling, took that, put it in print, and then magnified his results. You see, he got sales through direct mail, postcards, pre-recorded messages. It was a big one that he used, one of my favorite tactics still to this day. And by using these processes, by using this scripted word, this copywriting, he was able to actually go out and build a massive multi-million-dollar organization. I knew it. I knew right then that's what I needed to do. So I wowed Joe and his crew with my sales ability, wound up outriding the rest of his phone team combined, just crushed them. And long story short, I was one of the few sales reps that was available there after his whole process and after a lot of those guys wound up leaving or after they got rid of a lot of them. And Joe had a conversation with me. He says, "What are you looking for?" I said, "I like this stuff, this direct response marketing stuff. This is amazing. I got to learn how to do that." He's great. So what Joe did, bless your heart, Joe, he opened up his vault, this massive library of books and copy courses from some of the greatest in the world: Gary Bensavinga, John Carlton, Gary. I should know all of these names right off the top of my head, and I don't, because I haven't thought of this in a long time. Gary Halbert. And the list goes on and on and on. Frank Kern. I got a chance to meet Dan Kennedy and Eben Pagan and talk to Alex Mendozian and over the phone. And I got a chance to meet just all these incredible people. And at that time, I had no clue who they were. I didn't know who they were. These are the marketing icons of a generation. Jay Abraham. And Joe just opened his vault up and said, "Go ahead. You can enjoy any content you want in here. Educate yourself. Just keep rocking on the phones." And I did. I just crushed on there for about a year and a half working for Joe while I educated myself. And then I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go out and start venturing into the world again. Started doing those processes. And 2003, started working with an organization that I was asked to be a founder of, to launch and help networkers. My pride and joy working with folks in the direct response marketing place. And long story short, I said, I'm going to apply what I've been doing offline in direct response, postcard writing, direct mail, et cetera, Yellow Pages ads. And I decided I was going to take it online. And that's exactly what I did. You see, I took my sales ability and I put it in print. I framed it in a way that there's some magic formula that allows you to actually write copy that you put it online. It gets people excited to want to do business with you, and I did just that. I used the internet to get people fired up, excited, positioned, and ready to hear more about my message before I ever picked up the phone to talk to them. They were already prospected before I picked up the phone to talk to them. Think about that. How would you like that for your business? What would that do for your business? Well, this week on Thursday's webinar, I'm very excited to announce that I have none other than one of the world's greatest copywriters, Mr. Ben Settle, who's going to be co-hosting with me. I'm literally going to grill Ben with your questions about copywriting, the most effective ways for you to actually get good at writing copy, and 3 things that you can do immediately to start improving the way that you write and how you influence in print, so you can maximize your time, get sales before you ever have to pick up the phone to talk to them, and most importantly, how you can actually start to use the power of the internet to get great quality leads so you can grow your team and help your organization out, all by registering at faststartmarketer.com/live, faststartmarketer.com/live, registering for the webinar, and I will see you on the inside. Did you get great value out of this? You like my story? Like, comment, ask any questions you want me to ask Mr. Ben Settle on your behalf below. I will ask him those questions and so much more. And most importantly, I want you to get an impact. Take action, my friends, implement, and I will see you on the inside. See you there.